Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show, our Week 16 prediction show. Paul joined by Jack Weinberger, Robert Ziggy Ziegler in California, not Virginia, in a bedroom that he lives in, but not his childhood bedroom. Clarifying, we've done this 3 times. We had some really bad tech problems to start the show, and we're hoping
not having any more.
We're hoping to. Apparently, Zach figured it out, and Zach Bloomquist,
I got it, don't worry.
the best executive producer in the game.
There we go.
And elite tech support. Elite tech support, apparently. Well, I guess we'll see if it was elite.
Master Detective, Zach Bloomquist.
Yeah, we'll find out. My guess is this was more of a hunch on Zach's end than actually figuring out what to do.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't freeze here.
I'm not just only Union Zach, but I'm Tech Zach.
Union Zach, producer Zach, Tech Zach. It's Master
He might
Zach.
be coming from my job as Master Deduction.
Well, Master Deduction?
Coming for all of our jobs.
Yeah, I mean, if he's a good detective,
Yeah.
detecting is deducing, right? I mean, you've read
so.
Sherlock Holmes before.
I thought you said Master of Seduction.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
Whoa,
yeah.
Ziggy.
No,
No, Ziggy.
we already know he's the Master of Seduction. I
No,
mean, we
you're the
saw it in the
Master of
Hinge
Seduction.
series last year.
I wonder, we'll move off that topic. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are closing in. We're trying to get to 2,500. That's been a big goal of ours. So we're about 150, 140, 30 away. And 5 days till Christmas. So at the end of the show, we'll have the Christmas movies draft. We haven't done a draft in a while. And I'm pretty sure that there are connoisseurs when it comes to Christmas movies. Do you like the Hallmark Channel, Jack?
Yes.
Big Hallmark Christmas movie guy?
Yes.
I feel like they've gotten worse somehow over the years, but I also enjoy a good Hallmark movie.
To me, there's a clear-cut #1 Christmas movie, though.
Oh, we'll have to determine the order live. Zach hasn't judged in a while. And so far, it looks like everything on set is working.
I feel like Zach is not the
No, Zach probably hasn't
best
seen half of
Christmas
these.
movie judge. Yeah, but we will see.
Whoa, that's crazy.
One funny thing before we get into the Cowboys Dolphins and the Ravens 49ers will be the 2 games we go over. Congratulations to Jack, Coach Weinberger.
Oh, thank you.
First win of the
Appreciate it.
season.
Appreciate it.
Game
Appreciate
2,
it.
half as
Appreciate
many
it.
wins as last year already.
Yep. And appreciate it, Paul. You coming assistant coach as well.
Thanks.
You pointed out a big adjustment late that worked, so it was a team effort there. But happy to go on the road, get the job done.
Big road win against Emerson, a rival.
And then
I shouldn't be shouting out
they,
down names.
They beat us pretty bad last year, so it was good to go in their home gym and beat them this year. Good stuff. Hoping for the rest of the season to be good.
It was
And
really
more wins
funny,
to
Jack.
come.
When I got there, you're talking to the coach who you also spoke with after the game. We'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah.
But I go and I knock on the side window of the gym and I see all of your kids shooting around. I'm like, knock, 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 knock. Finally, one of them sees and they're just like, oh, Coach Paul. And like 4 of them run over to the door. I was like, what is going on here?
We were leaving the bus, and I'm like, guys, one more thing before we get off the bus. We have an assistant coach today. You guys remember Coach Paul from tryouts? They're like, oh, the tall dude, the tall
The
guy,
handsome one.
Yeah, the tall guy, the guy you do the podcast with. I'm like, yeah, him.
The podcast.
So my players all be listening to this podcast.
Well, they should, because Jack, I don't know if you've ever seen this style of coaching before, Ziggy, but Jack has instructed his kids to bark on defense. And the first game after what, 3 quarters maybe?
So yeah, first game we last 2.5 quarters. We play a man-to-man.
And then the ref goes up to Jack. He's like, no more barking. No more barking.
We play a man-to-man
It's such
defense,
crap.
a hard man-to-man defense, and I say whoever has the ball, whoever's guarding the ball, you are barking as loud as you can in their face.
So first quarter, Jack, it's like a zoo in this gym. I'm dying laughing. Parents are laughing. Every time someone on the other team gets the ball, Jack's kids are, and the bench too, they're all going, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, rrr." I was like, oh my God,
And
this is
Our opponent only had 5 points to end the quarter. It
dog
was
pound.
incredible. They didn't know what to do.
a dog pound here. Ref comes over at the end of the quarter and he goes, look, guys, enough of the barking, please. And Jack's just like, is it against the rules? And the ref is like, it's a little unsportsmanlike.
Cite the rule.
It's
Cite the
a little
rule.
unsportsmanlike. And we're the Brookside Bulldogs. One of Jack's kids looks up at the ref and goes, but we're the Bulldogs. And the ref rolls his eyes with this look of, I do not get paid enough to deal with this shit. And just goes, all right, no more barking, guys, please.
The ref didn't want to tell me to stop because I think a part of him enjoyed it. He's like, look, I don't make the rule. I just got to enforce it.
It was chaos.
No, because it's a BS rule,
It is a
right? I
BS
bet
rule.
the opposing coach made him do it because it's like you're playing competitive basketball. This isn't Pee-wee. Like, you're there to win and get them ready to play in high school. They should be playing.
I'm
Get ready
like,
to
I'm
bark in
look,
high
if
school
you
games.
can't handle pressure, don't go complaining to me.
There was some traveling going on. Like, it got to them. And then at the end of the game, as we're dribbling out the clock, first win, again, we've had 3 wins this school in 2 years.
This school, I was 2-8 last year.
And so the bench is getting hyped after a big win, and coach pulls Jack aside and is like, "What's going on with this shit?" At the end of the game, hype, like you're being obnoxious.
He's like,
the barking.
He's like, your team has too much talent to be messing around like this. I expect better from you as a coach. This unsportsmanlike today, very inappropriate, not good for our game at this level. I'm like, sir, what are you talking about, man? I'm like, I got in your players.
Jack just goes, dub. No, that would be horrible. But yeah, so a big win for Jack and a valuable lesson to be learned.
And if you follow me on Instagram, my personal account, check my story to see our celebration after the game on the bus.
Hey, if that coach wants to see some unsportsmanlike conduct, Paul is the Draymond connection. I'm sure Draymond hasn't worn out his middle school eligibility.
God. All the kids are going like, "Are we gonna be on the pod?" And we're like, "You're not coming on the pod. We might talk about that."
I told him it was the first topic of conversation.
If they win the championship,
you can't come on the pod.
Maybe we'll have one.
Championship couple are on the pod, yeah.
But yeah, so there's Jack's big win, and now we will get into NFL. We're gonna do our Christmas list coming up after the games, where we are each gonna say what we're hoping for this Christmas season in the NFL. And Ziggy has a really good one for this. But let's start with Zach. A game we've had circled on the calendar for months. The Cowboys come to Miami. A similar narrative for both these teams.
Very similar teams.
They pound the teams below 500, and they both struggle with teams over 500. The Cowboys 0-3 on the road versus over 500 teams. Dolphins 10 wins on the season. Guess how many versus over 500 teams?
0.
Whoa. The Broncos.
The Broncos, are they over? I don't think they're over 500 anymore.
Oh, they're 7-7 now.
They're 7-7 now. Bring it back.
Almost.
Over 500.
Not over, though. Not over 500. So we have a really fun matchup where Miami finally hosts one of these big games. That's what Zach always says. We always have to go on the road. It's never in our building where we beat people up. Number 1 offense in the league in Miami, scoring-wise. Number 2 in Dallas. It's going to be a really fun game to watch. Dynamic playmakers on both sides. And Miami here, this is your chance, Zach. We've been asking all season to see what you're made of. Dallas, Baltimore, Buffalo. You win all 3 of those, you're the 1 seed. And it goes through Miami. This would be the best season of your life, right? Is this already the best season of your life as a Dolphins fan?
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty easily, right?
I mean, I would say so for sure. I mean, when was the last time they were in line for a number 1 seed potentially?
I can't remember a time.
20 years.
Yeah, not within the last couple centuries.
But
for decades.
For me here, before I throw it off to you guys, I'm going to take a page out of your book, Jack. I think this comes down to the run game again. Because last week you said Buffalo is going to have to beat Dallas on the ground. And James Cook went off for 179 yards. We've seen Buffalo in total 266. Dallas has allowed 170 or more rushing yards 3 times this year. You can expose them there. And who happens to be the number 4 rushing team in football? Zach's Miami Dolphins. Raheem Mostert set the franchise record with 18 touchdowns on the season now, rushing. 18 rushing, right?
Oh, is it 18 rushing? Okay.
I'm pretty sure 18 rushing for Mostert.
Is Tyreek Hill healthy?
He's got 20.
Tyreek Hill should be back. A-Chain, you know how many yards Devon A-Chain averages per carry? 8.5.
Sheesh.
It's insane. If you look at the average yards per carry list, it's like quarterbacks with 10 rushing attempts, receivers, and then A-Chain with 72. Miami has a very talented backfield. And that's where I think they're going to need to try and win against Dallas, who's going to be missing Jonathan Hankins again. Win in the trenches there. But there are some concerns with your O-line, Zach. So that's what I'm highlighting.
I mean, to me, this is, like you said before, this is 2 unbelievably similar teams with a very similar track record this season. But Dallas, this comes down to where the game is being played, because Dallas all season long has been very hard to trust in these situations, probably more so than Miami even has. Like, Dallas has gone, I view Miami as a team who can win the Super Bowl, just like San Francisco, Buffalo, one of the hottest teams in the league right now. Dallas has gone on the road to teams like that with good quarterbacks and tough offenses to stop, and they've gotten absolutely horsewhipped twice. So nothing is leading me to back Dallas on the road against the best offense in football.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Miami based on Dallas's track record on the road against Super Bowl contenders this past year. If this was in Dallas, I'd say Dallas.
Ziggy, what do you think? Will Dallas bounce back from last weekend?
I think you have to be concerned about the performance last week, right? I mean, you had Dak Prescott turn in one of the worst performances of the year, and frankly, one of the worst performances of his career against a secondary that's been pretty bad all year. And I get that the Dolphins have injuries there too, right? Xavier Howard is out on the offense. You've got a variety of players who missed practice. So certainly like neither team is fully healthy going into this. But the Cowboys offense has impressed me against bad defenses, but when they've really needed to step up, it hasn't happened this year. So I definitely think there's something to be worried about. I mean, the run game hasn't improved at all. And I'm just not sure Dak Prescott's going to be up for the challenge.
That's been strange all season. Coming into the year, we were expecting Tony Pollard to be this breakout running back, especially after what we saw at the end of last season. And I feel like he hasn't done much of anything this year to get my attention, at least. It's all been Dak. And the emergence of CD has been pretty spectacular this season. I mentioned it right at the very end of my spiel at the beginning, but the Miami offensive line with Terron Armstead has an ankle injury. Austin Jackson's dealing with an oblique issue. Robert Hunt, a hamstring issue. Liam Eichenberg, they all missed practice Wednesday. Liam Eichenberg, your center, is also having problems. That whole unit is in shambles at the moment. And a reporter asked Mike McDaniel, he said, "What's the status of your O-line?" And he looked, did you see this? He looked over at the report and just went, bro. So the one spot to worry about as a Dolphins fan is, will you be healthy enough up front against Micah Parsons and that Dallas D-line? You know, that's the big question mark there, especially if you're going to try and run the ball down their throats. So that's my concern, but I do like Miami. I know I've been talking about Dallas a lot lately, but I like Miami to win this game as well.
I like Miami too, and I also like the under.
What is the over?
I think this, whatever it is, I think it'll be super inflated. And these two teams are very underrated defensively because everyone talks about their offenses.
50.5.
Like I might actually go over. I thought it'd be high.
That's why you should take the under. Is when you hear the number, you think. I'll tell you what I'm watching this game more than anything else. I think you're absolutely right that it's going to be decided in the run game. The thing I am most interested to watch is what the Cowboys do with Micah Parsons. Because Micah Parsons, he's a very good run defender, but they usually use him in pass rush. And this makes sense, right? Well, what's Zach doing creeping up onto the camera here?
Zach is trying to...
He wants some airtime.
Zach is trying to get rid of a little hissing audio sound right now.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
He's
doing an okay
He's
job.
working behind the scenes here.
All I'm saying is if you're the Cowboys, I think you should really consider playing Parsons at off-ball linebacker a little bit more, even though you want to play him at edge rusher. Because if you can shut down the running game for Miami, I think that's the key to beating this team.
In a game that figures to be pretty high scoring, as one would think, as one would imagine, I would lean towards Miami because of what you said before. They're a little bit more three-dimensional when it comes to both a decent run game and the weapons. Look what they did last week against one of the best defenses in football without Tyreek Hill. They went up and down the field. They scored 30 points. So I think Dallas lacks a bit of a run game. Dak's been great. CD's been great. But Miami overall, on the offensive side of the ball, I think can score a few more points and win a shootout than Dallas.
Miami's defense can also get after Dak.
Their defense is underrated. Yeah, they're very underrated defense.
They have 48 sacks and they're number one in the league in QB hits. So they can get there and get pressure. So it'll be fun though.
Home field in this game for me was huge in picking the Dolphins.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Miami at home in one of these games.
Yeah,
if they win, a lot of people are going to start to consider them. I don't want to say they're not a Super Bowl contender because they absolutely are, but they'll get more national media attention as, hey, maybe this team can actually go and win the Super Bowl because people are doubting it at the moment. Two teams that no one is doubting can win the Super Bowl. 2 11-3 teams. Christmas night, a battle. The Ravens go to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Two of the top defenses, Baltimore number 1 in points allowed. San Francisco number 2. Pressure-wise, 50 sacks for the Ravens. That's number 1. 43 for the 49ers. Like it should be a great game. They match up very similarly. It's the second biggest spread Lamar Jackson has ever had as an underdog, 5.5 points. Back in 2018, he was a 7-point dog at the Chiefs. You know his record outright as an underdog, though, Lamar Jackson? 13 games.
No idea.
I was going to say like 5-1, but 13 games. What 10-3,
9-4.
9-4
as an underdog. So a lot of times Lamar Jackson is winning these games. I'm excited. Again, another one, probably the second best game of the week, if not the best, to see the MVP matchup here. Purdy versus Lamar versus McCaffrey. All of them are having fantastic ends to the season right now. Ziggy, when you look at this game, do you think the Ravens are the top challenger to the 49ers in the National Football League?
I'll be honest, Paul. I think the conversation around the Ravens is a little bit weird. I think particularly the conversation around Lamar Jackson's a little bit weird. Now, this Ravens team is pretty good, don't get me wrong, but Lamar Jackson is being hyped up as an MVP candidate, and it's kind of hard for me to see why.
Really?
If you look at the advanced numbers on what he's producing, among quarterbacks in the league, he's 13th in EPA per play. We've never had anything remotely like a quarterback with those kinds of numbers being considered for the MVP. Because like whatever EPA is a proxy of, I get that voters aren't checking the EPA charts, but it generally tracks the kind of success your offense is producing. And we just haven't seen that kind of success out of the Ravens. They're doing a lot better than previous years, and the offense is a little bit more three-dimensional. But they're just not, I don't see the elite offensive potential everyone's seeing there. On the other hand, you get the 49ers that have clearly the best offense in the entire NFL, along with a really good defense. And it's not a surprise to me that the 49ers are 5-point favorites. Frankly, I think this is going to be close to a blowout in San Francisco. I get that people don't want to hear that. And I get that this is going to be memed. If the Ravens win this is going to be like our Eagles video, where we still have 49ers fans coming into our mentions saying like, oh, those Eagles, they really suck. I'm willing to open myself up to that. I think this is going to be a 49ers blowout.
I can hear the Ravens fans typing, that nerd with all his statistics, does he even watch the games, bro?
I mean, I think I lean here with Ziggy though as well. What are Monday night? Aren't primetime underdogs outright this year like something insane?
Probably.
I saw
of the Vikings
stat.
versus the 49ers. We had the Titans upset the Dolphins, Giants, Packers. We've had a lot of the Bengals beat the Jaguars a couple weeks ago.
Like Monday night dogs outright are like 13-2.
The Jets over the Bills.
Yeah.
Like there's been a lot of them.
It's something ridiculous, but I swear, ever since week 1 when I went to Heinz Field to see Pittsburgh play San Francisco, I swore this is the best team I've ever seen in my life. These guys truly look like they're unstoppable. And Baltimore this season has had their fair share of games where they've been scored on. And I see that being a similar type of game. I mean, Cleveland hung 31 with Watson. San Francisco goes up and down the field. Baltimore's defense is very good, don't get me wrong. But I think San Francisco, with all that they have, really has their way. Then on the other side of the ball, San Francisco's defense will have a much easier is a tougher word to use here, but easier time stopping Zay Flowers and Odell and Gus Edwards.
Keaton Mitchell. You could leave it, Zach. I'll take it out post. But him getting hurt is a huge loss to Baltimore.
San Fran, to me, has an easier time stopping that offense with Zay and Odell and Gus and Lamar than Baltimore stopping that freak show in San Francisco.
I see what you're saying.
Especially at home at night in prime time, too. I see this being like 31-17 San Francisco.
Oh, and Baltimore, too, against Dallas, against Philly, in these big-time matchups, they've been blowing people out as well. It's not even close, but they pull away in third quarter, fourth quarter. We're getting ready to do our shows on the volume, and I have to be scrambling to get things ready because I thought I had an extra hour. It's like, this game's over. Who cares anymore?
A team who went on the road to Philly, I know Philly's lost 3 in a row, but a team who goes on the road there and wins by 30 points, I'm not picking against them.
Ziggy, can I ask you? Oh, sorry. Did you have a point you'd like to make?
I was going to say here's my worry about this game because I think, Jack, you get it right. This Ravens defense is very, very good. They're probably the best in the league. But if you look at the 49ers defense strengths, their strength is run defense, right? They're only giving up an average of 90 rushing yards per game. That's third best in the NFL, behind only Chicago and New England. So they've got a very good run defense. And this Ravens offense, its main strength is just how efficient it is running the ball. And particularly running the ball when it's not Lamar Jackson scrambling. So I worry that if the 49ers defense is able to do what they do best and shut down all of the running backs, the passing game's not going to be good enough to make up for that.
Well, this very well could be a game of just who wants it more. You're going to have Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen versus that 49ers offensive line and McCaffrey. The other side, you have Warner and Greenlaw like trying to shut down Lamar and the rest of the Ravens rushing attack. It's going to be one of those tough games. So maybe the explosive plays could wind up being the determining factor here. And San Francisco right now is making more of them than anyone else in the league, outside of maybe Miami.
This could be a very potential Super Bowl type preview game.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me at all.
But Ziggy, back to that initial question I was asking you. Are the Ravens the biggest challenge to San Francisco in the league?
I don't think so. I understand why you would pick the Ravens, but frankly, I think the Dolphins are a bigger challenge because the Dolphins' offense is so good. I think the Bills are a bigger challenge because Josh Allen can have those superhero games at any point against any team. I might even think the Cowboys are a bigger challenge, even coming off that beating.
Mm-hmm. I think over the Chiefs and Eagles.
I have not been impressed with the Eagles offense or the Chiefs offense. I think they're both okay. Patrick Mahomes can do insane things, but we've seen Patrick Mahomes get held back by everyone around him too many times this season. I just can't in good faith say the Kansas City Chiefs, with their record and their performances, are the kind of team that can beat San Francisco. Wow. But hey, you know what? Here's what Lamar Jackson can do. He can do plays that absolutely nobody else in NFL history, except like maybe Mike Vick, but not even that, can do. So if there were a player who's going to go to San Francisco and string together a couple of those mind-blowing explosive plays, it would be Lamar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The one thing, before we move on to our Christmas list items, the one challenge I'd have, Ziggy, to you saying Lamar Jackson, you can't see him on your MVP list right now. I just look at that Baltimore offense and say to myself, if you take Lamar off of that, are the Ravens even, are they playoff good? I'm not sure.
Paul, the Ravens offense, they are the best team in the entire NFL at non-quarterback runs. They are the most efficient team in the entire league at running the ball. You can't tell me that's Lamar Jackson driving value.
Well,
I don't buy it.
Well, wait a second. I mean, I do think that a lot of times it could be respect for what Lamar Jackson can do.
Like in terms of like a read option.
You play defense.
Yeah, but if you look at what the offense is doing, they aren't calling design runs to Lamar Jackson nearly as often as in the previous years, right? I think that perception of the threat's always there, but I still think the run game would be very good without Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying he's not adding anything, right? Don't get me wrong.
No, I don't want to make it sound like you hate Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a Lamar Jackson believer since his rookie season. Mm. But if you look at what a team like the 49ers are producing on offense, their offense is so much better. I mean, they're in a different stratosphere from the rest of the league. That someone's got to get credit for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what separates this game to me again is both teams have both very good offenses, very good defenses, both just three-dimensional teams all around. But San Fran's San Fran's offense is significantly better to me than Baltimore's.
If San Francisco blows out Baltimore, then it's just going to feel like, can anyone stop this team?
I think they will. I think they will blow them out.
Wow.
If San Francisco blows out Baltimore, the 49ers might get minus odds to win the Super Bowl.
Can't you see this being a game where that is super hyped up at night in San Francisco, like San Francisco versus Dallas, like the same type of thing?
Oh, and Lamar's like 2 picks. And
they get to Lamar, they're in the backfield all day.
200 rushing yards, 200 receiving yards.
Ravens' run game goes nowhere. Purdy's throwing all over the place. Can't you see that?
I can see it. But the Baltimore defense, if there's one defense in the league that I want to see go against San Francisco, it would be them right now. So, that'll be great. You have Hamilton versus Kittle, the linebackers, like I said.
To me, it would be a much better game if this was in Baltimore.
Me too.
Agreed.
But this is also a chance for Baltimore to put their foot down as the number one team in the AFC.
Yeah.
In the public eye, at least. Mm-hmm. Not that they care. Okay, we'll go on to the Christmas list. The over 1.5 of Jack saying three-dimensional on the show hit during that last segment.
What were the odds? Minus 110 each side?
I thought it was more like...
I would have put it like plus 200.
Yeah, I thought it was like plus 200.
For the over?
For the over. The over 1.5 three-dimensional. I don't think you've said it all year until today.
Oh, I could have sworn I have. Really? Maybe not.
That's not Jack Weinberger.
I'm going off Vegas.
All right.
So the Christmas list here before game picks. We are going to each share something that we are hoping will happen over the next 3 weeks, maybe even into the playoffs a little bit for Christmas. What we want for Christmas. So I'll start here.
I want for Christmas this camera to work.
Oh yeah, we want this freaking camera to work. Although it seems like so far, Zach, your idea has worked.
Zach fixed the problem.
He may have.
Well, not going.
Yeah, you can't say that, Jackie.
I knocked.
It's
Don't
okay.
worry. I
It's
knocked.
not-
I've got a wooden desk here. I knocked on it. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. I'm not a jinx. I'm not a
We
jinx.
got a wooden desk over here too.
We do.
Courtesy of Paul's uncle.
My Uncle
Yes.
Steven. Shout out Uncle Steven.
Steven.
Very nice table. Actually, very, very nice.
Let's get moving, guys.
What I want for
Like
Christmas.
feeling that wood.
All right. What I want for Christmas, I want to see the Vikings knock out the Packers on New Year's Eve. Because not only would we knock out Green Bay, but we, in all likelihood, would probably go to the playoffs with that win. I'm hoping we could split with
So that's what you
Detroit.
want for the holidays, though, because it's after Christmas.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want. That's what I really want.
No, he wants it on Christmas for the proposition that the Vikings beat the Packers on New Year's Eve to be true.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think that would be great. We've had a lot of fun with Packers fans this year, and I've been mentioning this in the comments to them for a long time. I just want to see a game where Nick Mullins, it's going to be Nick Mullins. I want Mullins to come out and just play acceptable football. If the Vikings don't have a turnover in that game, I believe they'll win it. I really
We can have
do
one
believe
turnover. We
We
can have
one
one.
turnover. As long as we don't have these three turnover games, fumbling in the red zone, interceptions by defensive tackles falling on their back, I want to see a game where we're clean and we, just ram down Green Bay's throat with Ty Chandler, our new star running back, and we get a big win to kick off the new year. That's what I would love to see. Is that crazy?
Well, Paul, I think it's like I told Paul Farrington show superfan Tom Kippen. I also want to see the Vikings win this game because I think this might be the last time we beat the we beat the Packers this decade.
Ziggy, that can't be the case. It can't be the case. I can't do another.
But can't you see it? Can't you see it, Paul?
I can't
Jordan
do
Love
another
continues
15
ascending.
years.
They finally get a decent defensive coordinator.
Paul, how many?
Yeah, obviously I can see it. They've been doing it for 30 years. I don't want to deal with this again.
Paul, how many shots you taking at midnight when the Vikings win and the ball drops?
Oh, it's gonna
The
be.
ticket gets punched. You knock out Green Bay, and the ball drops. It's 2024.
2024. I'm sure there'll be a line of girls trying to get to me at that point.
Maybe some
in the
guys,
night.
too. Maybe
Yeah,
some
girls and
maybe
guys.
some guys
Everyone will be
also.
trying to
Yeah,
get
you
over
never
to
know.
me. I'll be fending people off, trying to get my tequila shot in. Yeah, it'll be a phenomenal evening when we win that game, or I'll be working. One of the two. One of the two. It can't be working. What about you, Jack? You've
Yeah,
I'm not even sure. Have you been naughty or nice this year? I'm not sure you get.
I'd say I've been nice like 60% of the time, but
All right, that's
Ask the ref, was he nice or naughty?
I'm always a little naughty, as you guys know.
that's enough then to be able to put a wish in for Christmas. So go ahead.
Yeah, 60-40, maybe 65-35, but
It's close enough.
my Christmas wish, outside of some new pairs of socks and underwear, of course, is to see the Miami Dolphins as the number 1 seed in the AFC.
I'll clap for that. I would like to see it.
This is a very fun team to watch, an explosive team, a team that is different when they play at home, a team who I believe can beat anybody out there when they play at home. And I just want, I don't want Kansas City. We've even seen, I think the last team before KC to get the 1 was Baltimore. We've seen that. When was the last time that the Miami Dolphins, down in warm weather, South Beach?
You just want to go to the playoff game.
I want to go to
Florida,
the
right?
playoff
Yeah,
game. When was the last time we saw the AFC Championship played in
Miami.
tropical, amazing weather?
I can't think of it. How many
Right?
AFC teams are
Maybe
down?
Tampa? Did Tampa ever?
Well, Tampa's NFC.
You'll see January
but-
football. These guys coming out in short sleeves at 70
I think
degrees.
did the Dolphins have the 1 seed in 1990?
I don't know.
That might have been
Maybe.
okay.
I think it was that long
It's
ago.
still almost 30 years ago.
But how great would it be AFC chip in January and the fans are wearing their button down short sleeve shirts and their
and all the
visors.
Chiefs fans are down there
Everybody's
having a
happy.
great time at Dolphins
But
Stadium.
I also just I don't we've seen for a couple seasons now, we've talked about this a million times, is Miami playing these good teams at home versus on the road.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get the number 1 seed, I want to see how they perform in the postseason against the Kansas Cities and the Baltimores and Buffalo and all these guys in their home stadium in a do or die situation.
Man, that would be
unbelievable.
That could be
to
a
see.
conference championship trip that we have to take.
100%.
What were those balloons?
I mean, there's no way that you didn't
I didn't do anything.
No, yes, you did. You had to have.
Wait, no, he's on his iPad, right?
No.
What on earth was that?
There's a new setting on Zoom where if you like give a thumbs up or something like that,
That's the best thing I've ever seen.
it'll do.
Give us a thumbs up.
No, some balloons just showed up.
I was gonna say, is it your
Perfect
Is it
timing.
your birthday or something? What on earth was that?
Perfect timing
Well, I
too.
appreciate the thumbs up. Makes me feel pretty good. I mean, I'm giving a point. You're gonna say balloons.
Wait. Was that a sign? I said celebrating an AFC championship in Miami and balloons.
And balloons just came up. So I mean, the Dolphins are gonna win the AFC at home this year, right?
That's the cap.
That's the cap. Yeah.
That's the cap.
So the Dolphins beat the Cowboys, and they beat the Bills, and they get the number 1 seed.
Don't forget
Wow.
we beat the Ravens.
The Ravens too. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that is
Mark
that
it.
is happening.
Mark it out. What are the odds? Dolphins plus.
Ziggy, how about you?
Jack,
I was like, what on earth was that?
Jack, I hate to tell you this, man, because you said you were 60% nice.
Yeah,
Well, I was about
65.
90% nice this
Oh.
year, and I'm afraid to say that our wishes are mutually exclusive. Because my wish this year is that there is at least one playoff game played in Buffalo, New York,
I'm
at
sorry,
Orchard Park. And I know Zach is going to be flipping out right now because he is being betrayed by one of the co-hosts of the show. But here's the fact. There is no better environment in January for playoff football than the Buffalo Bills. And the fact is the Bills are better than the Dolphins anyway. And I'd rather see the best team in the AFC get the 1 seed, or if not the 1 seed, at least get to host a playoff game. It's too late for the best team to get the 1 seed. But the fact is, when things are firing, when Josh Allen's ready to play, this year he's been the best quarterback in the AFC when he's on. The Bills' defense is good enough.
Big caveat.
No, it is. But when he is on, there is no one better in the NFL than him. And you'd see these Bills fans, and you see January, and you see a blizzard in Buffalo. And that's how you know that it's time for real football to get played. Right? Not like these Miami shenanigans of like the half-covered dome to shine sunlight in your opponent's faces. Like that's BS. In Buffalo, everyone plays by the same rules. It is snowy, it is cold, it is windy, and only the real football teams get to play.
I don't want to tackle.
So I want to see that this year.
January.
And yeah, I mean, it's not happening, right? So I hope the Buffalo Bills win the division, and I am hoping that they get to host at least one playoff game, which means the Dolphins don't get to host any. Am I the Grinch?
You're the Grinch. You're the Grinch who stole Christmas. So you like Ziggy likes the cold, frigid January, snowy football, which I mean I respect that.
And you're Tommy Bahama over here.
And I want to go to South Florida and watch the Dolphins.
You want to
play
go to South Florida
in my short sleeve shirt.
You know Buffalo's probably gonna find a way to win the division somehow.
Yeah, I mean Dallas,
Miami,
Dallas will murk Miami. And then,
Buffalo's about to murder the Chargers. Who are they playing? Nick?
Yeah,
What's his name?
yeah,
Easton
Stick.
Easton Stick.
Easton Stick is not bad, by the way.
Yeah, all right. They
But he's not
just.
Josh.
They lost by 70 points. Easton Stick and Bailey Zappi and Zach's gone. There goes Zach.
That was just the funniest like motion, and Paul just all right, easy there, buddy.
There goes that famous laugh.
Easton Stick and Bailey Zappi before the Dolphins, and the Dolphins have the Cowboys and the Ravens. All they need to do is lose one of them, assuming Buffalo goes 2-0 for this game to be the AFC East, big game. It's feeling like Buffalo's going to win it to me right now.
Zach, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather go to an AFC championship game in Miami, be there in person, but they lose, or watch them win it on the road but then lose a Super Bowl?
Oh, wow.
Watch
What?
them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What kind of a question is that? That's the worst question I've ever heard.
So
You'd rather go see the Dolphins lose or watch them win?
No.
Boy, I don't know.
No. He said lose the Super Bowl.
They lose anyway. They lose.
Yeah, no, I know, but like they
Oh,
win
yeah.
the AFC championship.
Yeah, I want to win.
Yeah, I feel like to
I
be
wanna
at the AFC chip would be a very fun experience for a Miami fan.
Do you know what it? You really are spoiled, Jack.
He's a Steelers fan. He doesn't
really
understand.
doesn't understand the feeling of walking out. I've been with you to one Steeler playoff loss. Is that the only playoff game loss you've ever
I've been
to?
in person for 2 AFC chips in Pittsburgh.
But you've won them both.
Yes.
Like the
No,
only
I've
time
seen
you've
us
lost
lose like 4 playoff games. That wasn't my only one.
Oh, the Jacksonville too,
But
right?
Jacksonville twice.
Yeah, but that feeling is horrible.
Baltimore.
That's a horrible feeling.
Oh, walking out of the state is a horrible feeling. Yeah.
And imagine that in the championship game too. If you're a Dolphins fan who hasn't been there before.
Yeah, but just let's say it's a close game. Just being at that game would be a
No. This
dude,
is.
dude,
But,
no.
but look, people are going to tell us what they think in the comments, and it will be revealed that your position is ridiculous.
I was
But
walking.
I'm saying that he knows he'll lose in Super Bowl anyway.
I don't care. I'd rather just win.
You wouldn't want to go to the game?
No, not like I'm assuming in this scenario that Zach is choosing one of the options and then he's immediately forgetting that he ever had the chance to do it. So like he's not at the game like, oh, I know they're gonna lose.
What about this?
Oh, jeez.
What about be at the AFC Chip? They win that game. You're there. One of the best nights of your life. You go to the Hard Rock afterwards.
He's about to ask a ridiculous question.
And they lose the Super Bowl?
Or they win the Super Bowl. Is that where you're going?
Or they win the AFC Chip on the road, you're not there, and they win the Super Bowl.
I'd rather than win the Super Bowl.
See, I disagree.
Yeah, like well, this is
I disagree.
Are you a fan?
That one is closer. I would rather still win the Super Bowl, but that would be that game. That would be the best night of his life.
I would rather be at the AFC Chip and watch them
This
win.
is crap.
It's just still. Ziggy just walks off. You're still a fan.
I was at an AFC Chip against the Jets. They won. It was incredible. Lost to the Packers. I don't really care.
No, you can't. You said you cried in the bathtub. Yeah,
all right. Are we ready? Are we to say something reasonable now?
Okay, let's do game picks. Let's do game picks. And remember to check out our friends
just getting tired
over at Sharps. Yes, our friends at Sharps, where you can track bets. It's all about authenticity. Who is actually winning? Who's actually losing? You'll find the hot bettors from the cold bettors. Go check out the app and use our code PRFV414. I hope someone has signed up. Like we've been plugging in every single week.
Hey, if you go on Sharps, you will see that 2 weeks ago I put in a big bet for the Buffalo Bills to win the division when they were plus 1,600. Yeah, so I'm just saying.
I think most of our Sharps bets have actually hit. There's a lot of bets where the record for the show will be like I looked at one time, it was 1-9 over the last 10, and I was like, what the hell? Texted Jack and
you're the coldest better alive.
I said,
right now?
I said, are you the coldest guy on earth right now? He said, no. Jack just does like a bunch of $1 parlays, 15 teams.
I'll do like $2 parlays to pay out like 10,000.
And then, but the ones you win, the ones we've been posting, is usually when you throw in more money. And it's like, okay, that's why the account is making money. But like 2-30 right now. So check out Sharps and use our referral code to link your sports book and help us make money so we can do more of the show and have equipment that works. Game picks. Ready for music?
Oh, right on time.
The Saints. Yeah, he's the best in the game. The Saints at the Rams. Rams a 4.5-point favorite.
I like the Rams. I like Stafford. I like Kyron. They're playing some good football. Saints had a big win. They're not very good. I got the Rams at home.
You're asking me to take Derek Carr over Matthew Stafford? No chance. Give me the Rams.
Give me the Rams, but I hope Kyron just doesn't play.
Clean sweep. I got the Rams too. I can't believe Kyron Williams, my good friend Kyron Williams, is breaking out the way he is right now.
I wish I advanced in fantasy because I had him.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. The Bengals are a 1.5-point favorite at the Steelers. Oh my gosh, dude. Hammer Cincy, right?
Well, Mason Rudolph is starting.
Oh.
And you can't pick against a man named Rudolph 2 days before Christmas. So I think Pittsburgh does get right with Mitch on the bench and wins this game at home. I got the Steelers.
I hate to pick the Steelers after you just said something that asinine, but I keep predicting the Jake Browning regression, and it hasn't happened. It is going to happen this week, finally, and the Steelers are going to capitalize. Give me Mason Rudolph and the Steelers.
Yep.
Give me Rudolph, baby.
I'm feeling it.
I'm getting to lone wolf Cincinnati in this game. Are you kidding?
You know that you want to pick the Steelers. You really do.
No, I don't. Not with Mason Rudolph. I'm all over the Bengals here. Give me the lone wolf, Zach. I am very happy about this. Okay, the Bills and the Chargers. Just someone say something if you're picking the Chargers.
I think the Chargers will cover.
Oh.
I think the Bills are going to have a one of those games where they're a little bit sloppy. The spread's what, 12.5?
12.5.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are actually going to cover. The Bills are going to play a little bit of weak football, but they're good enough to beat the Chargers anyway.
Yeah, I have the Bills winning big.
Yeah.
I need Keenan Allen. If you can hear this, I need you this week, man.
I could actually see the Chargers covering.
12.5 is a lot of points.
The Bills win the game.
It's going to be, I think it'll be
12.5 is a lot of points.
Oh, I can easily see this being like 37-13.
Even like 33-14. Yeah, Bills win.
Yeah.
Colts at the Falcons. Falcons a 1.5-point favorite. Ritter is now benched again. Second time.
I am liking the mustache man and Gardner Minshew right now. Your mustache is looking great. Gardner's is looking great. Gardner's playing some good football. Atlanta's pretty terrible. I got the Colts.
The Falcons have basically nothing left to play for, but the Colts actually just lost two relevant contributors, Isaiah McKenzie and Tony Brown, to bizarre and unclear circumstances. I don't know what's going on in Indianapolis, but because they're really playing for a playoff spot here, I think they're going to win.
Yeah, give me the Colts.
One of the great
Colts Forge,
ponderers
baby.
of our
Yeah,
time.
he was
Zach.
thinking about it. He was thinking about
I
it.
do like Heineke, that's why. But
Yeah.
I
Did you
like
see
how-
he came out to the press conference in a Busch Light sweater today?
Yeah, he's
Apparently, when he was on the Commanders, he ate a huge fine for just drinking a bunch of Busch Light on the team
awesome. On the
plane.
plane. Yeah.
So Bush just sent him a bunch of goods.
His
They're just
Halloween
like,
costume
you're
was
our
nice.
guy.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I'm going to go. The Colts have been that one team for me that I never predict right this season, except last week when you gave me the lock of a lifetime.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Indianapolis in this game. Arthur Smith hates his players, we said. Yeah, he doesn't like to use them. So I'm going to go with the Colts, who are chasing down a playoff spot right now. Packers, 4.5-point favorites at the Panthers.
The Packers.
If the Packers lose this game, Lambeau Field might finally be destroyed. They're not letting that happen. I'm not even against Joe Barry. I'm not taking Bryce Young. Give me the Packers.
You said Packers minus
Pack it up.
4.5 at. I'm like, who are they minus 4 points on the road at right now? At Panthers. Oh, okay. It's Packers.
Pack it up.
trying to get to 2,500. Give me the pack.
I'm also going to go with the Packers in this one. I think it'll be a little sloppy in the first half, and then they'll have a touchdown or two to pull away in the second.
If the Packers lose this game, our channel might never recover.
Oh, yeah. This would be really bad.
We might never hit 2,500.
We pack up shop.
If they lose like 13-3 to the Panthers this week.
Another one of our supporters, the Texans, are 2.5-point underdogs at home against Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, I like a nice home dog.
Case Keenum's playing though.
Yeah, no, I know. Flacco's playing pretty well. Cleveland's got a good defense.
Is he?
But Case has been in the NFC Championship game before.
He has.
I'm going to go Houston.
Didn't go well.
I'm going to go Houston because I don't like Cleveland. So I'll go Houston at home.
So the problem with the Titans, Will Levis is hurt. It's not super serious, but he's not practicing this week.
Just let him go.
That's Browns Texans.
Oh, I thought it was Browns Titans. My bad.
That could be a little funny, really.
That's a tough one. Browns Texans. CJ Stroud ain't playing. Give me the Texans. They don't need him.
okay. Ziggy all over the place for that one.
Give me the Flack Daddy all day.
Is he undefeated?
This one, yeah. This one might be the easiest one for me this week. And I feel bad going against our boys, but I feel like Cleveland's going to go and shut down Keenum. I see a bunch of turnovers.
Defense just balls
Not
out.
that I love Flacco in that offense at all. I mean, they were pretty terrible last week for 3 quarters or 3.5 quarters. But I can't see the Texans. I mean, they were very fortunate to come back and win that game against the Titans. I'm feeling that Cleveland's going to bully them around most of the day.
Are you really telling me that? Oh, are you really telling me the injured Joe Flacid is going to be undefeated for the rest of the season?
No,
absolutely not. And that means he's losing.
But if Stroud was playing, I'd take the Texans. But without Stroud, I like Keenum, but he's older, and I'm not trusting that offense at the moment. The Lions at the Vikings. Detroit, a 3-point road favorite.
I like Minnesota in this game. I like
Really?
Minnesota to win at home.
That's shocking.
Then you'll lose in Detroit to end the year.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
isn't that the thing that maximizes heartbreak? We lose in Detroit in the last game to miss the playoffs.
That is
So
maximum
you'll-
heartbreak.
so
The Vikings just act to maximize heartbreak, so give me the Vikings.
You did come back against them last year, right?
At home. And then we got
At home.
murdered in Detroit
At home.
around the same time of year.
Give me Detroit.
Yeah, that's a smart pick. Like Detroit's going to win the game. I'm taking the Vikings because I have to take them. But the Detroit should win this
I
game.
picked the Colts last week.
What about... Yeah, we'll get into it when we talk Vikings later. I almost went off the rails there. Commanders at the Jets. The Jets are a 3-point... Can they score 3 points?
Is this in MetLife?
It's in MetLife.
I mean, they could win 7-3. I think I like the Jets. The Jets have played spookily well in MetLife this year, honestly. I'll take the Jets.
This is the worst defense in the NFL playing against the worst offense in the NFL. That means absolutely anything can happen. I think Aaron Rodgers on the sideline for moral support is going to give Zach Wilson something or another to make him see things a little bit differently, maybe see some passing lanes open up.
Is it Wilson
I think
again?
the Jets offense is going to get it done.
Okay.
I think they said Wilson starting for the rest of the season,
Okay.
right?
Okay, yeah.
Give me the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm going Commanders too. Ride with the Commanders. Dude, I've watched the Jets the past couple weeks. They incapable of moving the ball. Just insane.
They've been okay.
Although
in
in the second half,
they've
against
been
the
okay in
Texans.
that way.
Yeah, no, they have been. The Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites at the Titans.
Oh man, I really don't know. I like Seattle. We were talking before the show, me and Ziggy and I, that if Seattle were to win out, very easy schedule, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and Arizona, they're in the playoffs. Levis is banged up a bit. I like Seattle on the road.
They won't win out. Yeah.
They're playing teams worse.
I don't think Seattle is good, but I don't think the Titans are very good either. Their quarterback's hurt. Seattle's quarterback is hurt, but Drew Lock has actually played okay. That game-winning drive made me believe that he might be a functional backup. So I'm going to take Seattle. I think they're hungry to win.
I'm going to take the lock.
Lock it
Lock
in,
of the
baby.
century.
Lock it in.
I think it was Monday Night Magic for Drew Lock. Seattle they don't do it for me. I'm gonna go with the Titans. I'm gonna go with the Titans at home. Jaguars.
We're Titans fans.
We are Titans. Yeah, we're a Titans podcast. Jaguars at Buccaneers. Bucks a 1.5-point favorite. Bucks are a weird team.
Oh, I mean, how can I pick against my NFC South champs playing at
It's
home
all on the line here.
in a massive game like this? So I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield, the playmaker, and Tampa Bay at home.
This is the battle of good day, bad day quarterbacks. There's good Baker Mayfield and bad Baker Mayfield. There's good Trevor Lawrence and bad Trevor Lawrence. I think based on, I've done the analysis on the trends. My model has come together. We are going to see good Trevor Lawrence and bad Baker Mayfield, so I'm taking the Jags.
Give me the bake.
The bake
Look,
daddy.
the Northern Florida battle.
Give me the bake.
Give me the bake.
Yeah, I'm
Bake and bake, baby.
We're gonna
I'm
bake some
baking
goods.
too. My Uber driver last weekend in Tampa, huge Bucks fan, and I think that whatever mojo I got from him was positive. They went and beat Green Bay and Lambeau. Why not keep it rolling against Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville?
A pretty girl at my new job that I work with will be in Tampa Bay next week on little vacation, so I will be taking the Bucks for that reason as well.
You are a middle school teacher.
A high school teacher.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Oh, if it's high school, it's okay.
A teacher that I work with, not
We're
a
just kidding.
student.
We're just kidding. We're just kidding.
Okay.
We're just kidding.
That's
It's
gonna
a
get-
joke.
that's
It's a
gonna
prank.
get-
It's just a
that's
prank.
gonna
It's
get
just a
out
prank.
here.
It's just a prank.
I love what I say.
Just prank, bro. Just prank, bro.
I'm a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Not okay. Not okay. It's a prank. Cardinals at Bears. The Chicago Bears are a 4.5-point favorite.
That's my bear. I'm going with the Bears at home against the Cardinals. Who'd win a fight, a bear or a Cardinal? That's all I need to know.
Can I take this game off? I don't want to pick either of these teams. You know what? Kyler Murray bounce back game. Give me the Cardinals. F it.
Give me the Bears. I need Justin Fields to play well.
Yeah, I do need Kyler Murray to play well. It feels like a game where he goes into Chicago and that defense gets some big-time sacks, though. I'm going to go with the Bears in this one. Cowboys at Dolphins. Dolphins a 1.5-point favorite.
And the Fins up, baby.
Is that a late game?
Dolphins in Miami Gardens.
4.25.
Give me the Cowboys. Screw it. I believe.
Give me the Cowboys.
I want my dreams to come true. My dreams are only coming true if the Cowboys win this game.
Bro, that's Christmas Eve, right?
Christmas Eve, yes. All these games are Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I know.
Zach has Miami. I am also... I'll take Miami. My uncle will be here for that. He's a big Dolphins fan. I'll probably be watching with Zach. Yeah, I got the Dolphins in this one. Patriots at Broncos. Denver, a 6.5-point favorite at home.
On the you can't really pick the Pats. They had their win recently against the Steelers, but they're pretty inept and incapable. In Denver, off a beat down in Detroit. I got Denver to win and cover pretty easily.
The Patriots, after all the things that happened last week, had their chance of getting that first overall pick go up a little bit. I think Bill Belichick's got dollar signs in his eyes. So he's going to go out there and lose this game.
Okay.
Give me the Broncos.
Okay.
Bronco up.
I got the Broncos too. Tell me if you guys have an altering opinion here. Chiefs, 10-point favorites against the Raiders in Kansas City. The Eagles, 11.5-point favorites at home against the Giants. We all have Chiefs and Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Across the board. Sweet. Last game, Ravens at 49ers. San Francisco, 5.5-point favorite on Christmas Day.
Like I said earlier, I believe that San Francisco blows them out at home in the Bay Area.
All right.
And covers the 5.5 pretty easily.
49ers all spread minus 10.5.
49ers, because the Ravens suck.
I will go San Francisco too. I wanted to take Baltimore, but San Francisco too much right now.
Wolfpack.
San Francisco, they've been other than that 3-game stretch, have been perfect.
No, you know what happens? I want to say this now so we have it on recording, is the Dolphins will get a huge win against Dallas. Baltimore gets murdered, then comes home and murders the Dolphins. That's what's going to happen. So I'll say it into the camera right now.
I mean, that's what's been happening to the Dolphins all year.
Yeah, 2 weeks in advance. That's what's going to happen.
You guys are also getting the Cowboys off a deficit. Like, you guys just can't catch a break.
Yeah.
And then Buffalo just rails them to take the division.
Yeah, it hasn't been a fun year.
Then they go to Jacksonville in the playoffs and lose in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, that's it right there. There's your season. Scripted out. Okay, we'll end up the show here with the Christmas movies draft. Zach, why don't you just assign an order for this?
I didn't do my research.
2-3-1.
2-3-1. All right, we'll go Jack, Ziggy, then me. All right.
Oh,
Christmas movies draft.
To me, there is.
You have the 1-1.
Yeah. There is a clear cut number one Christmas movie, and
There is a 1-1.
yeah, there is, and to me, that's Home Alone.
That's not one. That's not one. But I'm okay. I'm okay with people who like Home Alone, but that's not one.
Yeah.
Home Alone's a fantastic.
No,
That's
that's-
one that'll be completely
You know
overdrafted.
what's crazy? I've never seen Home Alone.
Oh God, dude.
Oh, so I lost then.
No, it's not that I still know the movie, but I've just never fully watched
It's
it.
gonna be a tough draft.
People love.
Oh, Home Alone is phenomenal. Home Alone is phenomenal. Ziggy, number 2.
So Home Alone's off the board. I'm happy with this. This might be a trap pick, but I'm willing to go for it because it is clearly the best Christmas movie.
Elf
It's a
movie.
Wonderful Life. You got to take it. You got to take it.
No,
Clearly
I
the best
totally
Christmas
missed
film.
that.
It's got a deep message. It's an excellent movie. You can watch it over and over again and always get something new.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I got to pick that.
I watch that every Christmas Eve. It's on.
Of course, Zach hasn't seen that.
It's on every Christmas Eve.
Wait, Zach hasn't seen It's a Wonderful Life?
I don't
That's-
know.
I've
if I have
th-
it.
look,
Yeah, that's a one.
There are
That's a good
there are
pick.
several people. You know who you are. 3 come to mind right now who I've spoken with about It's a Wonderful Life, who have said they have not seen it. People need to watch this
No,
movie.
it's an awesome.
It's genuinely one of the greatest films ever made. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Every single time I watch that, every single time I tear up at the end.
No, it makes you appreciate it.
You have to. There are 2 movies that guys can cry at the end of. It's a Wonderful Life and Rudy.
And Rudy.
Well, what about
Rudy, yeah.
Didn't a lot of guys cry at the end of Furious 7, Fast and Furious 7?
Honestly,
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
low key Field of Dreams too. Low key.
One time on a plane, I teared up at the end of Tangled.
Okay.
I make your
That-
picks.
you shouldn't be
Okay.
saying that on there. All right, so we got 2.
Okay, I'm going to go. So It's a Wonderful Life was number 1 on my list. I'm going to go with Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. The cartoon. The cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon's
Not.
cartoon's much
I can't
better.
stand.
Yeah.
Whenever Who's are put into live action, I can't stand the Who's live. Now I sound like the Grinch. So I want cartoon Grinch, and then 3 here. Oh, this is tough. It's between 2 movies for me. I'm gonna go with Elf. That's a Christmas classic.
Elf.
All right. Well, so those movies are off the board. I get the second best Christmas movie, which is pretty unbelievable. Give me Die Hard.
Damn it!
No!
That was
All-time great
No,
Christmas
disappointed
movie.
at-
that was higher on my list than Elf, but I went Elf hoping to get the swing back to Die Hard.
Well,
You
saying
could.
Die
You're
Hard,
not getting Die Hard on the way back. It's a Wonderful Life and Die Hard. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Ziggy's running away with this here.
So I got back to back here. Right?
Go
Yeah.
back to back.
I'm gonna go Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
Not bad.
and Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty, I've always been iffy on.
Is that not a Christmas movie?
I mean, it's a Christmas.
Yeah,
Of course.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
No. I mean, like it's good. I think it's good. You think it's better than some of these here? All right. So I was gonna go.
Christmas Vacation is a good movie too.
Oh wait, Ziggy's up.
Yeah, so this is a movie. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen this, but our fans who are watching will be familiar with this movie. Excellent movie. One of the funniest movies ever made. I'm taking Trading Places at the 3.
Oh, the Eddie
Yeah,
Murphy,
no, I've
Dan
never-
Aykroyd.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that. I've never seen it.
The
That
usual.
movie is so funny.
The usual.
If you haven't seen this movie, you got to
I thought you
go
were
out
gonna
and
say
watch it.
so effing good.
Oh yeah. No. It's good. It's good. It's good. I like Trading Places. Christmas Vacation was on my list here. There's a couple other. I'm trying to think of some other Christmas movies.
Santa Claus Coming to Town is going.
I'm gonna go with A Year Without a Santa Claus. The Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Oh yeah.
I love.
I'll tell you, I think that movie is perennially overrated.
Oh,
Right? It's the Kobe Bryant of Christmas movies. There's some good moments, there's some really good moments, but there's so much garbage underneath that everyone's forgotten about because it's a long time ago. All they remember is the greatness. The movie's just not good. There's so much bad filler.
There is some
It's
bad filler,
Kobe
but
Bryant.
I love those. Those characters are great.
Yes, it's a good movie.
Man,
But those characters are on screen for like 5 minutes.
is Christmas Vacation, was that the pick there?
That's
that's a
what I
better
would take
movie.
it.
That's a
great
better movie. Yeah, Christmas Vacation.
I
is
should have done that
better.
over Frosty. Yeah, it's a good movie.
I mean,
Hey, the picks are in.
I think Gremlins was
Picks
the
are in.
pick there.
I actually haven't seen Gremlins. Okay, Zach. So
Okay.
here you go. Jack came in with Home Alone, Rudolph, and Frosty. Okay, Home Alone, Rudolph, Frosty. Ziggy, It's a Wonderful Life, Die Hard, and Trading Places. And me with The Grinch, Elf, and A Year Without a Santa Claus. It's actually a pretty good lineup too.
So that's pretty good. Over under movies Zach has seen out of those is 1.5.
So there's 9 there. I think Zach has seen 4 of them.
I have not seen any of what Ziggy said.
Have you seen?
I've seen The Grinch. I've seen Rudolph. I've seen Frosty.
You have not seen Home Alone.
I have not seen Home Alone. I've seen
Have
Elf.
you seen A Year Without Santa
I've
Claus?
seen A Year
So
Without
5.
Santa
So
Claus.
over.
Yeah,
so
so
the over.
overhits.
And you haven't seen Die Hard?
Mm,
Zach would love
Yeah,
Die
Zach
Hard.
would like Die Hard.
yeah. Maybe I have seen
Bruce
I don't-
Willis.
Die Hard's great. Die Hard's,
Yeah.
in my opinion, better than Elf. But Christmas movies, it is a Christmas movie. All right. So based on this list, which you have not seen, it helps us that he hasn't seen Ziggy's movies.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, no, I would clearly win
because
if we had.
because Ziggy's probably a clear-cut winner.
I think Trading Places was a bad pick.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't a fan of
no
Trading
offense.
Places.
No offense, of course.
It's Wonderful Life was a 1-1.
I
I
can't believe
botched.
nobody took the Polar Express.
Oh, that's the one that I thought. I think the Polar Express sucks.
That's all right.
It's not good.
Oh, it's horrible. When we used to have Polar Express Day in elementary school, I hated watching the movie. I love the hot chocolate, love the pajamas, and I was just like, oh my god, I could just sit here and claw my eyes out for the next hour and a half while I see animated Tom Hanks deliver hot chocolate to this spoiled brat. Horrendous. Okay, go ahead, Zach. The winner is
Paul.
it's stolen from Ziggy, but
See, no, I don't feel bad because this is
deserved.
all
Trading
up to the
Places
judge.
blew it. Trading Places blew
A
it.
Christmas draft with Elf and
The Grinch.
the Grinch animated version. That's a pretty good draft.
I mean, my character, the Grinch, Buddy the Elf, the
Oh,
Heat
no, we
Miser,
went
and
with
Stone
Charlie
Miser.
Brown. Charlie Brown
Oh, I forgot Charlie Brown.
No, I knew Zach. I'm sure Zach hasn't watched this. My legitimate 1-1 is the Muppets Christmas Carol.
I've heard that's very good.
Christmas.
I think I view Charlie Brown like you guys view Polar Express. I don't like Charlie Brown.
Yeah, no, the whole thing's okay, but
I
the
think
end
it's,
of
like,
it,
okay.
the end of Charlie Brown is.
But
so
I think
good.
the best Charlie Brown is the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown.
I don't know, the tree? The
Dude,
stupid
no,
little tree.
the little tree,
Yeah,
and the
little
speech.
tree, yeah.
Linus's speech.
Wait, did you say it's a stupid little tree?
Yes.
Did you watch Did you not understand a thing in that movie?
I understand it, Ziggy, but it's
The-
just a
the
little
speech
No,
is
no,
good
you
enough.
know it. You don't understand it. You don't grasp it.
He knows.
This is garbage.
You know,
I don't care what this guy has to say.
We said earlier in the show, Zach is one of the great ponderers of this generation.
yes.
I do. I ponder.
He ponders. Okay, that'll wrap up this episode of the Paul Farrington Show. We thank you guys for listening, subscribing, liking, everything that you do for us. And we hope you all have a Merry Christmas. If we don't see, I'm not sure if we're going to do anything over the weekend or not yet. We'll figure it out. But if we don't, have a Merry Christmas and see you soon.